Hello everyone, Teresa here again, T-Mac for short, you already know. I'm here to give you the juice about WBLA that just ended yesterday. We know the champions of the 2025 WBLA are Ahly Sporting Club of Egypt. Woo! So they won that game in a fierce battle against Ferroviario of Maputo, Mozambique, who were the champions last season. And guess what? They both played in the finals last year as well. But this year, the Ahly team took it. They had high energy from the beginning of the competition till the end, winning with really huge margins against every team that they met. So stay with me as I give you some pointers of some of the things I took note of during the 2025 WBLA games. The WBLA 2025 showed great improvements, great quality of basketball, offensive spacing, players were consistent and they were creating shots for themselves. We also saw the caliber of players. It has stepped up. It steps up every year. Not just the athlete, the basketball IQ. You could tell from even their interviews how the players talked about the game, how they analyzed their own personal plays, and of course their team's energy, what they brought into the game. You could tell that teams were playing with more purpose. There was better ball rotation. They were managing the tempo of the game effectively and efficiently. In fact, one of the things that stood out to me the most was the competitiveness, the physicality. During an interview with Promise Amukamara, who played for Reg, a Rwandan team, she mentioned how physical it is and the fact that she already has an experience, being that she has played in the Afrobasket a few times. She has the experience of how it feels playing in Africa. And we see WNBA players coming in. We see other players from US and from France coming in to play WBLA. And so that competitiveness, that physicality that they experience in the African, it was just, ooh. From how the games were, every single game, you could tell that there were fewer walkovers, there were tactical plays. The teams that came in this year were clearly better prepared. Moving forward, I think the WBLA is trending in the right direction. The foundation is there, so now all that is left is the consistency, the development, and of course the investments. One thing is clear, with how the games went and with all the promotion, the social media content, and everything that we see with the WBLA this year, the gap is closing, and I can't even wait to begin to see, how much more visibility the WBLA will begin to get, just like how we have with the BAL, right? And not to forget, it's not just the skilled players. We're talking caliber of coaches, great coaches with great mind. You could tell that this isn't just about talent anymore. It's about execution. It's about the structure. It's about, a well-planned WBLA 2025. And if this trajectory continues, the WBLA won't just be a development competition. It'll be a genuine continental benchmark for women's basketball in Africa. Based on what I saw with the development pathways of the WBLA this year, honestly, teams, federations in different countries need to build the structure of their basketball. I can't stress this enough. There needs to be continuous investment in the leagues locally. Because if there are stronger domestic basketball leagues and proper marketing of the local leagues, the caliber of players, the caliber of teams that we will begin to see and have in the WBLA will place the WBLA as a must-watch continental product, honestly. Look at the exposure it gave to a country like Malawi that came with the Bravehearts team. Those players were excited. Those players, they felt really positive. Even though they're the last on the table, you could tell from how excited they were. You could tell from how much, they have been encouraged, how much they have been pushed to do better, to be better, and probably to even force their federation to, promote basketball even more in Malawi. I wish them the best, and I hope to see them come back next year and be better than they were this year. Another thing I want to point out again is something I said earlier. The WBLA has this consistency with the teams. We saw the teams that played in the third place and the final. It was the same way last season, and now we're seeing it again. And that shows the improvement of these teams and demonstrates improved club systems as well as a sustained high-level performance from these players. We're talking teams like KPA, Reg, APR, Ahly Sporting Club, Ferroviario Maputo of Mozambique, ASC Ville de Dakar. And let's not forget the kind of players that we saw on those teams. For Reg, Trailer Keana, she's averaging 22.8 points per game. ASC Ville de Dakar, we have Mataru Aliyah with 21.2 points per game. APR, they have a wealth of players. Vitali Lucas, who's averaging 17.3 points per game. Yaxine Diop, we saw her, just shine in the Afrobasket this year with her team Senegal, averaging 18 points per game. Destiny Philoxy, 18 points per game. She was amazing. She dropped over 28 points, I think, yesterday in the third place match against ASC Ville de Dakar. And then the WNBA champion 2025 with the Las Vegas Aces, Beryl Kestan. I don't know if I said her name correctly, but she averages 11 points per game. She was everywhere on that court yesterday, blocking shots and just making sure that, bronze medal, I'm going back to the US with it. And then, of course, Ahly Sporting Club, the champions of the 2025 WBLA. We have Ranim averaging 18 points per game, and a player who has played in the WBLA multiple times and who has experience in playing in the finals. I'm talking Hagar Ama of Ahly. She's averaging 18.7 points per game. Let's not forget Mukaro Ingvild of Ferroviero. She's averaging 11.2 points per game. I mean, the caliber of players that we saw this year was just amazing. It was beautiful. Basketball was beautiful with WBLA this year. And honestly, I'm super excited, as you can tell from how I've been talking about WBLA this year. It was exciting watching all the games, seeing the caliber of players that we saw, seeing how competitive it was. I am super excited and I can't wait to see what next year, 2026, WBLA will be like, what country will be hosting and all of that. Stay tuned with me as I continue to bring you all the gist about African basketball, African players, and everything in between. Until my next video, T-Mac out.